until one team's duo is left standing, with the teams from EU doing the same.
I like how they have set this up. First, we'll determine what the best bottom lane in each region is before finally coming together to decide best in the West.
Oh yeah, and we're going to be sticking with the same rules that we have had so far throughout the 2 vs 2s. You start at level 1, you win by destroying first tower, getting 100 CS, or getting 2 kills. And you can use recall while also being able to heal at the fountain. Outside of that, it's a no-hold bars. Let's get some action.
Should be certainly a lot of fun, and soon we will have the Commissioner Greeley and Rift Rivals chaplain Romain bringing out the best in the West belts.
Yeah, before then though, chatting a little bit. There they go! The belts are ready! Pretty badass if I don't say so myself.
Yeah, they look real good.
Cool.
I mean, again, all about the bragging rights here. Who doesn't want to be called the best in the West bot lane?
I have also been informed the winning team gets to keep those forever. They're dated. This is 2018. And you'll never have to give them up.
But you guys can't keep them. Romain, put it down. Romain, it's not yours. Put it down.
All right, let's check out the lineups over here. Game 1 is on the EU side of the bracket. Kicking things off for G2, it's Hyonin and Wadid.
Whew, the powerhouse bot lane of Europe. Currently sitting in a 6-0 record on the European LCS without playing a single AD carry. They're trying to prove that AD carries are weak and it's the future of the mages.
And for Splice here, it's Kobe and Kasing. In maybe a struggling tournament for them, but can still pull out some fun
They won
stuff.
their last 2 versus 2. They have some creative strats planned, and I was talking to Kobe this morning. He was like, you know what? I still think we can win. We can still do Europe proud, and even if we struggle in groups, we can make up for it here.
Yeah, I'm 100% rooting for Kabe, my namesake. He's really done me proud in the marksman role. And I asked him if he was going to dumpster this dirty Heimer player. They said it's going to be banned, for sure. So a little insight into the pick and ban phase. Surprising, they may target Hjarnan.
Well, we'll see exactly what we have here, but first ban is Zillion for G2.
What a prediction!
Whoa!
With the Heimerdinger. Didn't even make you wait for it.
Zillion being thrown towards Kasing. He does love that champion. He played a lot last split.
Yeah, I also really like how this, even though this is best bottom lane in the West, the goals of this are so different from your goals on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
And all of these players, everyone that I've talked to is like, yes, we're going for the 2v2 kills, 100%. There's no junglers, so it's all about what type of, kill lane can you try and get.
Bwipo and Hylissang are currently the most active bot lane duo in Europe. They love to go for kills, so in theory, this should be their pride and joy. But we do know that there have been a couple of unique strategies that have come out all across the board, and G2 feels like they already have a plan in mind.
Oh, baby. No hesitation here. Now, we've seen Taliyah already, in Summoner's Rift on competitive games be very effective with anything with a stun to set up the seismic shove. Brand can do that, but his isn't the most reliable first stun to set things up. Usually he wants a targeted one to set him up as well. So interesting, who's going to be able to land the first bit of CC here?
But I'm pretty sure that so far in the 2v2s, Taliyah actually has a 100% loss rate because it's really hard to make use of the workaround that takes up so much space. Also, there are like a lot of minions in ARAM, and you can just hide behind them for a really long time to mitigate a lot of her damage. So while I love the brand, I'm still not entirely sold on the Taliyah just yet.
And if Splice do lock in this combo, I think it's a bit better as far as the setup we talked about. Syndra stun, very quick in comparison to Taliyah's seismic shove, so she can actually set up the brand here and Kasing to be able to follow up on that one and look for the chain kills. Plus, they do have a bit better pushing. The Taliyah you mentioned having 0% win rate in 2v2 so far. Some of the nerfs for this patch, 8.13 with the micro patch, were to lengthening the cooldown on the early levels of her threaded volley.
Well, I saw Hyunan's reaction when the champions were revealed. Brand battles there between him and Kasing, but Taliyah versus Syndra kind of the difference maker there. But it has been fun so far. Again, side selection 2v2s have been nice to watch, but they don't necessarily have the same weight that we will now witness.
Yeah, this is a battle for a title, Pastry.
And
you get
the
a belt.
belts.
Yeah, you get a belt, you get a title, you get to walk away from this tournament feeling proud of, if nothing else, even if your region loses, you can walk away as the champions of something. For too long, Sven and Mithy were called best in the West, Doublelift and Ole, nah, this is the title, this is your opportunity to finally prove it and claim yourself as the best in the West bot lane.
Well, teams and players are lining up. You can see there on your screen the belts that are on the line, but you must unfortunately slay some of your fellow regional brethren as the teams will move out onto the Howling Abyss. This is going to be fun. I hope you boys are ready to track a lot of brand cooldowns.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Already we do see some difference in the strategy here. Double Airy for Splice. They just want to get as many short trades off, tag someone with an ability to get Airy over there for some damage, whereas the Comet and Electrocute for G2, again, they're relying so much more on the skill of being able to land these skill shots as well as slow someone down to try and get the confirmation on the extra damage. And it seems like it will be a little bit more difficult, but there we go. First damage dealt.
Kobe 2 for 2 so far on Dark Spheres, but Hyanan answering back as you can see kind of the idea behind Taliyah level 1 very early. When all your ground isn't worked or overworked, it can do a lot of damage early on.
Right now it is G2's bot lane. They get priority on the wave. That means that they're looking to get that early level 2. Try and get the level advantage, then force a couple of plays. I do believe Hyanan started with the W on the brand, whereas Kasing started off with the Q. So both of them will likely be setting up for the stun once they hit that level 2 mark, and then the same will be done for the Syndra. And that's the thing that G2 have to be really careful of, as you were talking about earlier, Kobe. The setup is just so strong from the Syndra brand duo.
Yeah, Syndra still yet to put a point in the W for the slow. He's got Q early on for CSing here with the low cooldown, because they don't want to fall too far behind in CS early on, as G2 are pushing into the turret.
Yeah, looking good so far, but there's level 2 dinged on both sides now.
Going to give them a little bit more options. She does go for the stun second here for Kabe. So, again, that setup where you get the Syndra stun into the brand chain is a possibility. Also remember, as they're CSing under the turret, they do different amounts of damage to minions here than they do on Summoner's Rift, so it is definitely much more difficult. Until you get used to it, and then they're like, oh, it only takes one shot on the...
The other thing that's different as well is that cannon minions...
Hey there! Oh! They already got the first CC, ignite down Hyanan. Get topped by Airy, but actually not enough to get a kill there. That's a big miss for Splice.
Yeah, that's a lot of summoner spells used as well. Flash traded for 2 flashes on the side of Splice. Means that kill pressure going to be heavily mitigated, and G2, they could look to punish this as the laning phase progresses, but Splice now heading to level 3, they can go back to base, buy some items.
Yeah, and we did see early boots pick up here from Yarnan after he escaped with his life. That will help you dodge some of the skill shots, but again, Syndra stun comes out so quick. Even with the boots pickup, that same thing could be, what they're going for next time, and Yarnan won't have the flash for number 2.
Also see that Kobe has made that back, like you were mentioning, Vedius. These decent cannon waves can make it quite different on when those timings are. But Kasing has not gone back yet, although that's cute. Some biscuits just got delivered to the Splice duo, so gonna have a bit more sustain here.
Yeah, we don't have full information on all the minor runes that they have chosen, but the biscuit delivery should be seen quite a lot in this tournament, especially since they're trying to get all the sustain for the lane dominance and not give up experience with their recalls. Also the purchase here, you can see Syndra going for just more combat power with the Doran's Ring, rather than the move speed that we saw on G2 side.
Everyone again just kind of hanging back. Indeed, looking pretty strong there at level 4 now, but once again, teams are just kind of happy to trade farm for now. G2, in that respect, are ahead by a few.
Tension begins to mount between the 2 European squads. And that is a stun that lands, but no follow-up.
Okay.
Just a couple of blows being traded back and forth.
Yeah,
so waiting for those summoners to come back up.
Individual good shots there from G2. While we keep mentioning how Splice can set each other up, G2 just straight land theirs outright, so a little bit of harassment there. And they are ahead on minions right now, even though we believe both teams are looking for the kills. The minions are going to be important to track.
Yeah, it's one of those things, though, if you're getting close to that point, you'll probably just take that win.
A lot of the times, they look for kills in the beginning, and if it gets to the point where they're closing in on 100, then it's just the pressure of this team has to be the ones to force the fight, or else they do lose out on default by the 100 CS rule.
Does seem like, again, teams are kind of taking their backs. G2 again have stocked back up, boots on both now, plus double Dorans. Feeling pretty healthy, especially with that CS lead. We actually might get a 2v2 finally in the tournament where we actually see some level 6s as well, which we have not seen yet. Obviously, Brand and Syndra have a bit of an advantage there.
Oh, they certainly do. What did, though, could use his ultimate to perhaps separate off the 2, perhaps kind of set up a sneaky play like that. You can also go back to base and use it to get back to lane super quickly. Note that Kasing actually hasn't spent any of his gold yet, so that G2 do have an item advantage, which they could look to try and leverage.
going to go back. Probably now's the best time.
Oh.
Kobe, though, does get caught, pops the barrier, but low on mana, burning down.
Oh, he's
for the
done.
Brand passive, and he gets first blood, but Hjarnan still going to take some. It's not enough to kill him again.
Close, but doesn't count unless you finish it off. Even the Airy, not enough. And it is G2 ahead in minions and ahead in kills now.
Also getting ahead in turret damage. Remember, that's the other way you can win the 2v2. But Kasing finally gets his back in boots and a second door for himself. Kobe does have an amp tome and a few more potions, so maybe you're going to feel a bit more healthy. But this is where it gets tricky, because you're down in minions, your turret's taking damage, and you can no longer afford to make a mistake where one of you gets killed, because you instantly lose the game from that point.
Big thing that is a pro for Splice, though, because of the Syndra pick instead of Taliyah at level 6, you gain very, very explosive power with the Syndra ult, and that could be a possibility to try and collect 2 kills at once. You do an ult early, get the balls on the ground, then you go for the stun and try and get both of them at once with the same stun.
See how much Hjarnan can get here. Actually does need to pick up a lot of these minions to kind of keep that condition alive. Wadid also went back to base. Someone has a refillable, so apparently thinking that's going to go a little longer than they might expect, but Wadid did hold on to his ultimate for what it's worth.
Level 6s have now been reached all across the board. Summoner spell still on cooldown, and a stun doesn't quite land from the side of Kobe. G2 kind of in a better position, given that they do have the heal available on Wadid, but then there is the ignite as well on Kasing. I always question whether or not that's a good idea on champions like Brand and Syndra, because usually in solo queue you can never actually get in range to use your ignite. Usually you don't want to be that close, but here's the cutoff.
So he actually did take the wall. I was thinking he might forego taking the wall and just put another point in a basic ability there for some extra damage. Sometimes you can use the wall creatively if you're closing in on the 100 CS or tower damage, but not right there.
It does feel like teams are waiting for summoners to come back up. Hjarnan's ignite still on cooldown. Kobe's barrier not too far away. G2 recognizing that they probably have to get a base in if they can afford it. Wadid does go back. He's very quick back to the lane. And again, I think at this point, G2 might actually be settling in to farm it out.
Yeah, so Splice should actually let the wave push right now, because there's a cannon going against non-cannon, which means that they can close that CS gap just a little bit. And then once the cannon spawns on their end, that's when they need to look to start being super aggressive, try and force summon a spell, try and sacrifice loads of farm to the turret, if they want to try and close this gap between them that is pretty significant at this point in the game.
Also might find a good opening for that all-in that we're really expecting from Brand Syndra. But I think, again, Kobe still a few more seconds left on barrier, and we might see something started. Hjarnan will not have ignite for 10-15 seconds, it feels like.
I'm excited, though, with all the flashes back up. I mean, whoever gets killed first is probably going to be due to flashing over the stun or being hit by the stun. That's the big difference.
Yeah, there's a hit on Hjarnan, but he does flash away. Ult out from Kobe, but now he's actually forced to run away. Pyroclasm bouncing back and forth. He's going to take his relic and be okay. It's 2 low mages, but no one dead.
Oof, all ultimates have been used here, so no surprises left. And still, G2 hold the CS lead, and they haven't lost a member.
Depending on how this goes, though, but he's going to have to last hit very well from this spot to keep that lead. He actually gets stunned, might get picked off here. Not enough.
That's a lot of farm, though. Like, there's G2 are not that far from the 100
we're
CS
getting
right
close.
now.
All right, so I think at this point, Splice going back. Oh my God, Kobe has a needlessly large run. All right, so I think the plan's pretty clear now for Splice. You probably aren't going to get the turret. You probably can't catch up in 10 CS time. It's time for a really desperate all-in.
All right, there's 6 right here. Hjarnan actually misses 1.
Next wave. They have to do it next wave, otherwise the game is over, 100%.
All right, definitely a telegraphed all-in, but can they do anything about it? No ultimates are available for either side. Seems like this is going to be very tough for Splice to work their way out of it.
Gonna have to start going basically as soon as that wave starts showing, though. So again, you can see Splice, they're trying to bide their time.
There's a cannon minion wave as well. Oh, there's the stun.
I mean, Syndra doing a lot of damage. Good stun. This might be 1 kill. They need at least the first one. But the stun lands in. Kobe's in tower range. He pops the barrier.
5 CS is the count currently, too.
Well, Did just has to wait for the wave to hit the tower.
Well, they could try and pressure him off, but he's going for it. There's 2.
Yep, only needs 3 more. Now the stun does land, but I mean, Kobe can't go under the turret. Kasing trying to keep him off. Wadid, he needs to find a couple of minions to snipe.
His worked ground is all around the turret
Wait,
already.
look at the farm for Splice. Look at the farm for Splice.
Oh, it's 6 away. They don't have enough. They need to wait for the wave. How patient can they be? They're trying to keep them off the wave. 3 away.
Oh,
back.
Oh no, if someone dies, I think Kasing is so far forward. Hjarnan, he gets the kill. Incredibly tense.
I like the positioning. They knew they had no time to work with, trying to force out the last few. But G2, in the end, get the extra kill.
Damn, that was close. You know, you can see that Splice were kind of forced into this corner where they had to just zone them away from the farm. And unfortunately, yeah, especially given that they'd already lost 1 kill earlier on, it was definitely an uphill struggle for Splice. And many of the all-ins they tried didn't quite work out.
Yeah, this was where it really got intense too. Once you start to count the CS, only a few more coming on the minion wave, but Yarnin is on the way back, and the savior for G2 arrives.
And it's all easy from there, Pyroclasm, and that's basically just it.
Outskilled.
Maybe they shouldn't have even tried to go for the all-in, just because the problem is he also drew tower aggro, so if you just immediately gone for the wave and then tried to get those last couple of CS, maybe that could have been the way they turned it around, but either way, Splice end up dropping. G2 will be going up against Fnatic next.
Well, not for now. That was quite a fun one to kick things off, but the first matchup on the NA side is going to be between the 100 Thieves duo lane. It is Cody Sun and Aframu. It's been an up and down tournament for the boys, but so far we'll see how they fare against their opponents for this one. It is on Echo Fox, Altek, and Adrian.
Quite looking forward to seeing how the Echo Fox boys can do. I would argue, like, in terms of laning phase prowess, Altek and Adrian, in my head, would have the advantage. They seemed like pretty young, mechanically strong players, especially. Maybe I'm thinking too far in the past when Altek used to play for EG.
I mean, Altek's still very young, as it turns out.
That is pretty far in the past.
Back then, he was like a mechanical god.
Well, let me update you. Currently, Altek's best champion in my eyes has been his Mundo, and the mechanics there, not so intense.
I mean, he might pick it here.
He did also show great improvements in his Vladimir play, so this is a guy who has really embraced the new meta, though, and has played more than the marksman.
And Afromu and Cody Sun. Well, Cody Sun has had kind of mixed performances. His game versus Splice was pretty good. Game versus Fnatic, not so good.
Was that the All-Star game also? Was that a different game?
I was like, so, yeah, but we'll see. Don't want to hate on the guys. 2v2, different environment, different world, different rules. And it's all about ideally trying to kill each other. That last game was the first one we've seen actually go to. Technically, it went to 2 kills, but it was really going to 100 CS.
Champions Canada. Yes, I think it might have dinged over a Soraka ban.
Yeah.
First order of business.
It's pretty funny because throughout Adrian's career in North America, he has been memed on for being a Soraka Janna player, only playing the supportive, healing, shielding supports, even though technically he has played plenty of melee champions, plenty of those beefier supports down there as well.
Does seem like a lot of them are getting banned out. Karma again will be banned, this time by 100 Thieves. Morgana was also the first ban there for Echo Fox, so seems like the bot laners are getting ignored. All right, there's something we've just seen. Syndra going to get taken off the board.
But the Anivia still available. That Poppy Anivia combo that G2 ran yesterday, always ever present. Rengar Pantheon also left up and available.
That's what I'm looking for, some all-in melee kill lanes. But if the bans are any indication...
Oh, yes!
Oh, here we go!
Oh, there's one lock in already. And it's... I don't know.
It's just a hover, boy.
Also, though, I mean, they don't have to switch. They can switch, I'll take with the Blitzcrank right now.
I mean, you can obviously pick your own champion. Maybe he's feeling frisky.
Ooh, a lot of teams seem to love Brand in this game mode. Like, obviously, with his 3-hit passive, when he lands 3 of his abilities, the Blaze can be pretty devastating.
Definitely true. And this is another, set up champion for Brand. Annie, the point-and-click stun, very, very powerful in allowing those combos to take place. However, we just saw in the last match, G2 didn't need a point-and-click to set it up, and they did just fine for themselves, landing skill shots.
It's about to get hot in here, boys.
Certainly is. Annie is the pick there for Cody Sun. I mean, it's kind of the more straightforward version of trying to set up the Brand, I suppose. And I think Blitzcrank, I mean, despite Brand maybe being prevalent, we'll have to see as Best in the West continues. But Blitzcrank's a big curveball, I have to think.
So I think the issue I have with Blitzcrank is if you want to utilize him, you need bush control. And when you're 1 range versus 2, obviously that becomes a lot harder to get. I still think that when the enemy is sieging up towards your turret, there is the potential for you to set up a pick, but having that control over the wave so that you can get in the brush and kind of get behind the minions and run the risk of landing that hook is really important. And when you have Annie Brand, you can just keep that wave pushed underneath the enemy turret for as long as possible. So I'm kind of in the 100 Thieves camp right now, But, you know, Blitzcrank, he is a wild variable that you can never truly account for.
Everyone starts to cry as soon as the hook actually lands. And then you're like, oh, how'd you get hit by that one? Well, Blitzcrank definitely going to encourage earlier kills, so maybe we get it before it's forced by CS this time around.
They did swap it around as well. It is Adrian that will be piloting the Blitzcrank in this 2v2. Altec on a pretty well-known bot laner, actually, at this point, is going to be the brand. But
You can see also by the keystones, the strategy, right? The double range, they're going for double comet. They want to poke them out. They want to push the waves. But Echo Fox, both electrocute. All in.
Wait.
As soon as they get the grab, they go for the kill.
What's that corrupting potion start on Altec, though? If they're running electrocute, why are they going for this sustain build?
Well, we just saw Yarnin in the last one with the refillable, and he got a lot of use out of it, actually,
guess,
escaping
yeah.
multiple times. So learning from the victors already.
I guess it's efficient if they're assuming there's going to be a lot of backing. Maybe they're assuming early laning phase is going to be a couple of, a bit of poke. Ooh, I like the synergy that's going on between the 100 Thieves as well.
also,
Oh, nice. We got some rune info, too. A little bit of a biscuit delivery once again. Yeah, we did expect that one. Some early damage to go with it with a Scorch. Celerity as well for dodging some of the skill shots. All makes sense here. We should see a lot of sorcery first, by the way.
Yep.
So you can get the possibility of magic shields in addition to mana flow band helping out with harassments. Both good options.
And you can already see 100 Thieves once again pushing up the lane. Adrian's sitting in the brush, but we also now get to see Altec's runes going very heavy on the damage, naturally, with the electrocute. Also got the
And
Ravenous
the healing.
Hunter. Yeah. That's quite interesting. Because you also get that based off bounties, too, right? Which you're obviously not going to be able to build a huge amount of.
The flat amount, though, starting out 2.5%, I believe, should be sufficient for some healing off of that, as well as the taste of blood helping out. Adrian could be able to do some true damage there with the cheap shot as soon as they CC someone.
well, so far as the early lane has gone, now that we've checked through the runes, as expected, the double range is pushing a little bit faster here.
And the Relentless Hunter for the out-of-combat move speed on Adrian as well, while he's moving back and forth right now, trying to fake out. When's he going to throw the hook here? That could be what they actually look for with the opening. Right now, fighting over the relic, though.
Got a boots for as well. First hook does miss for Adrian, but only barely as he fished for Cody. Again, it does feel like Fox is going to have to kind of bide their time. I mean, it really is on Adrian, it feels like, to get things going. If he can land a good hook, it's pretty easy there to try and convert for a kill.
And then once you get hooked, you can tell a lot about a human by the way they react when they get hooked. Me, personally, I immediately flash out. However, you can also, especially if you're someone like Aframu on Annie, throw out both of your spells, land the stun, then you judge the situation if you're actually in danger and if you need to blow your summoner.
Yeah, we're the kind of people, Kobe, that just panic flash. It's just like, even if they just land a single hook when no one's around, it's like, ah! And then you're out of there. It's a safety.
Because if I'm playing support, I've been auto-filled, and I'm not
We got
feeling
Adrian.
it. Oh!
Ooh,
Swing and a miss!
He sucks. That's annoying. He will just have to back off from that one. That's 2 out of 2 that I believe have been missed, Pastry. You
That
gotta
is
keep
true.
track of them.
All right, I can do that.
Remember, it costs a lot of mana to throw these hooks, too. Blitzcrank doesn't get
Wait,
too
you have
many
mana
open.
on this game mode?
Yeah.
I've never ran out of mana on this game mode. I've literally never ran
That's because you all in level 2 every single game.
It's all on my strats, Pastry.
You don't have
All right.
mana, you don't have manners. I mean, you're just... what do you have, Vedius?
A sparkling
Winning teams
personality.
at referrals 2018. All right, well, back to this one. It does feel like, again, the last hitting prowess is pretty strong here for the 100 Thieves duo. Up healthily with Adrian once again. He already missed a third one that I just caught. Trying desperately to hit something that's not a minion or some air.
He's zoning. He's asserting his dominance over the 100 Thieves.
Also still got 3 pots left.
Here we go, here we
Gonna
go.
Back it. Oh, that's Power Fist. Still looking for the next hook. Does land one there, but
Oh,
Apris
oh,
already
no.
burning down low. Passive kicks in there. First one
what?
for Afro.
That's the kind of the very disappointing result to Blitzcrank comp. You flash in there, you get your hook, you're looking for the big kill, and you just get poked down and run back. Now it's a very sad situation here for
Yep.
Echo Fox. Down in CS, down in kills.
He
Long way to
flashed
go.
in. He literally flashed into melee range of Annie, and he said, "Stun me!" And that's what they did.
Yep.
And they insta-kill him.
With
so.
passive, not enough. Hooks cost too much mana, but he did hit one, so it might be worth it.
So we're talking about the different reactions. Afro moves are very cool, calm, and collected.
Yep. Oh, no.
No one saw that. It's fine.
We saw it, and it's on the cut.
Don't tell them my secret. 100 Days have also gone back. Double Dorans and some dueling crystals here. A ruby there for Afro and a sapphire there for Cody.
Oh, that's a rush of Sork boots for Altec.
Yeah, they need to get 2 kills very quickly because, as you said, huge CS lead here already, down the kill. And yeah, you're going to get more move speed with the level 2 boots as well, so maybe that's the difference between him dodging Cody Sun's Q or something like that and getting into position to follow up. It's definitely going to be slim pickings, though.
I also feel like Annie with Flash at 6 is like a free kill no matter what, so time is kind of ticking here for Echo Fox. Still, they never get there. Adrian again going to line it up. Hop the overdrive. Oh, nails it! Afro there flashes out after. Does get power fist, but again, the stun comes back around. Still Blitz pretty tanky, but probably not tanky enough to live through this. Passive going to proc. Auto is there. It's actually not enough to get a kill.
That was the opening, though. Echo Fox, they jumped on their level 6 advantage with the extra brand ultimate, but even with the brand ultimate advantage, Afromu is able to get out of there in time, and they don't jump on the small window they had. That was probably the only remaining kind of spike that Echo Fox could really go for.
Yep. Because now level 6s have just been hit for both Afromu and Cody Sun. Flash is available for Altec, but the Ignite is down, the heal is down, and while the same can be said for 100 Thieves, they don't really need to force anything right now because they're in the power position, you know, with the farm lead, with the kill lead. Everything's looking up for 100 Thieves.
Feels pretty good. Honestly, they're just going to be able to poke down Echo Fox too. It's not like Echo Fox have a poke advantage where they can soften them up before Altec gets to go in for the flash either.
We can see again, just last sitting very well. Cody expertly autoing down these creeps. Afro trying to hold on to his stun, which is like he's no longer queuing them. And again, Adrian could find a nice hook here. Level 6 will help somewhat, at least with some damage. Does tick over now and level up the ulti, I assume. But pressure is certainly mounting here. 10 CS lead still here for 100 Thieves.
What do you think the strategy talk right now between Altec and Adrian is?
I think it starts with the word yo and ends with we gotta go in.
Every conversation with pastry starts with yo. We gotta go in.
Okay, wait. Ignite is up in a second.
All right, they got the Blitzcrank silence to work with as well.
There you go. This is it. Fox, if you're going to do anything, it's come up to that point. Adrian.
Oh, misses.
Oh.
Still.
And more hooks. That's how you win.
Can wait about 10 more seconds. We'll have it back up, but only 4 waves or so to go. With 20 CS now away from 100 for 100 Thieves. But I don't think Afro's flash will be back in time.
I bet you Afro's going to go for the kill.
Adrian's going against the silence, but the Tibbers is down. The Blitz going burning down. He misses another hook, and he goes down. Cody Sun takes him out.
Adrian just ran it down mid. He just...
There's only one lane. You can't blame him that much.
What was he doing?
What other strategies are available in ARAM, Bedius?
But he tried to go for a hook. He ran into the Annie ultimate. Just look at it. Oh, this is the first kill where, again, he flashes in to get the knockup onto Cody, and it doesn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. And then the next kill was pretty much Adrian doing the same thing. Blitzcrank, we could understand the idea, but execution wasn't quite there for Adrian.
Yeah, focus fire right here. Easy for 100 Thieves. Stun locked him. Even dodged the hook as well. And Altec tried to get off his own brand ultimate, but too little too late. Look at that, though. Almost no reaction from 100 Thieves. They knew they had that one in the bag.
Yep.
Easy life. Moving on to the next round.
I mean, that's the plan at this point. They will, of course, play Liquid to see if they, or Liquid, will be the duo that faces EU for the title of Best in the West, but we still have more to come. I get the feeling that, again, Brand going to be pretty popular in this game mode.
Yeah.
This was just the entry-level duo fights now. Now we're moving up. They get to play the rank 1 from both of the regions to see who actually gets to move on for the important match to decide between EU and NA.
Well, it's time to go back to the EU side of the bracket. We see that G2 picked up the win, and as a result, they will be pitted against the #1 seed from Europe. Let's check in with them right now. It's Fnatic. Maybe not as you know them. We'll check in with the bracket first, actually. As you can see, with the wins there for 100 Thieves and G2. G2 vs Fnatic. of course, the #1 seed there for EU, and Liquid versus 100 Thieves to play for all the
Battle of the
two
Kings,
belts.
such a long legacy between Fnatic and G2. This is the
All right, here's the Fnatic boys, Whipper and Hylissang. Again, maybe not the person you expected, but certainly been performing very well for the team.
Yeah, the rules are the bottom lane that has started the most this split for that team is your bottom lane that plays.
Well, on the other side here, Hyanin and Wadid back after their victory over Splice. Can they topple those Kings, Vedius?
Well, who knows? It's all about the battle of the throne, you know, the long legacy that they've had between each other. Will a new dynasty be written? Today we will find out. It's going to be a fun one. I know that Hyanin and Wadid always get excited to play against Bwipo and Hylissang. Hylissang is super aggro. We heard from Doublelift earlier in the day talk about how annoying he is to play against. And funnily enough, Wadid loves playing against him because you know it's always guaranteed to be an exciting lane. He doesn't ever have to play into a boring lane. So I hope we see a lot of killing stuff. At least that's why I look
I hope we see a lot of killing stuff. Definitely a sentiment shared by many in the audience as well. I think a lot of people were rooting for the Blitzcrank last time around. We'll see if we get some more mages.
Well, a lot of mage bans right now. Swain, Pantheon, Talia, and Brand all taken away.
See,
Oh, and the Heimer ban. Have to respect it from Hyanin.
I reckon the hidden OP is actually Nocturne in this game. I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
you hit that
boy.
level 6, the one-shot power, he's pretty strong.
Honestly, even before level 6, Spell Shield and the all-in is very threatening.
It is! And don't go Lethal Temple, though.
Okay,
all
yeah, accurate.
Q. All electric.
All right, we'll have to see, though, because potentially a dark timeline is upon us, because a lot of mage bans, actually a Scion ban against Whippo here. But a lot of supports were left up. So we'll see if a team wants to opt into that, or if it's all action here.
I want some variety. Lock that Fiddlesticks in. We've been keep on hearing about Fiddlesticks is so broken right now. Just take Aftershock and you can't die.
Is that what you've been hearing about Fiddle?
That's what we've been hearing.
Or this will happen, as Hyanin has already locked in Morgana.
How good is your Lux lock?
Aren't Lux and Morgana sisters?
I don't know.
Close enough.
They both bind. That's the same, right?
Oh, all right. Well, that is the combo there for G2. Morgana and Lux locked in side by side. This would be quite the lane from Fnatic.
What?
Oh, my God, he did it. Yeah, the left pike.
Oh, damn. Okay.
This is also on the micro patch with the small nerfs to Pike, where they did nerf tanky Pike. So they really encourage you to build more attack damage. And so if he does go for a DPS Pike and actually starts buying long swords, then it'll be very interesting as far as the all-in goes.
All right, well, it's double melee versus double range this time around. We had melee range versus double range in our last game. I mean, it's one of those things where I would give Fnatic Spotland an edge in this style of tournament in a lot of matchups, but I feel like they've made it quite hard for themselves here.
I mean, there's the win wall too to help with that, and because Lux and Morg are so squishy, if you do land a single hook, you can choke them out very quickly. And I think a lot of people underestimate how much damage Pike actually has in a couple of early levels. So I think the responsibility is on Fnatic to be super proactive in the early game.
Plus, how much damage this Fnatic composition can actually heal back up or block with the Yasuo shield. You know, Pike, after you just get out of vision, can actually get the better of you after a trade has already happened. I do have to say, minions are going to be super important in this matchup because that is going to allow a lot of the mobility from Bwipo and Fnatic, as well as blocking the bindings from G2.
So I want to highlight that the moment they got into the game, G2 did in all chat types XD. Yeah, it's definitely an XD bot lane. If it works, it's the greatest bot lane ever, but if it doesn't, that's like in your game, you're like, oh, report Yasuo for picking troll bot lane.
But is it the best in the West, Vedius? That's what we're here to find out. As actually maybe an early recall for Whippo. Didn't like losing a couple of his health to an early dark binding. Actually, it was a light binding, perhaps. I can't tell based on the mana that's
if
left.
you want to troll people, you spam laugh
Yeah.
on Lux, not base.
This is the wrong...
He's got manners.
Double rainbow?
Looks like
what
that-
does it mean?
The
mean,
real
the crouch
question is,
apparently...
what transformation is he going to take? with
Wait, no,
this
no,
skin?
he's not running the elemental Lux.
No.
He's
Oh,
doing,
no.
the dragon one that came out not too long ago.
Excellent.
The Lunar Revels.
There you go. Oh, no.
Oh,
It's
no.
already started quite badly. Tornado's going to miss as well. Hylissang taking damage.
That's all right. Go for the bush. Heal it back up.
Oh, they actually have the push on this. That's, I guess, Wait, did Hyanan
It's a strategy here with Pike.
start with double binding?
Binding for Hyanan, Aoife did.
Oh, okay, so they don't have like maximum wave clear just yet.
No, Yasuo actually pretty good at level 1 as well.
Yeah, looking for full harassment here, absolute focus with the Scorch as well. Hyanan throwing out constant bindings, getting used out of the Airy.
And exact same, I believe, therefore did as well.
The oh! Pike does get the hook in for a little bit of extra damage. And again, the double melee is sustaining pretty well for the early levels here. As well, we had Resolve for both of the range champions here for G2, taking Chrysalis for the early health for the beginning of this match. Try and avoid getting 100% into 0, even if they do get hooked.
All right, well, I think things are going to have to calm down here on the Fnatic side. They've done a good job pushing in early, but now that levels have started to tick up and the wave is going to push back thanks to that cannon creep, Hyanan also gets his relic, so Whippo probably can't afford to play quite as recklessly. I take it all back. He's going straight in. Cleanses off, actually. Ooh.
That's a big summoner spell to use because Exhaust is still up for Wadid, which means that if Fnatic try to go for another all-in, they do have that damage reduction available on the side of G2.
Yeah, that was a lot of minions he was trading into there. You can see Whippo, as soon as he procced the Conqueror, he was thinking about going for the all-in, and that's why he used Cleanse, but backed out, tremendous amount of minion damage, focusing him down, and nothing left to block the follow-up.
Well, it does have level 3 as well, so access to Windwall now available.
And now is when it starts to get a bit annoying for the melee side, right? The potions have been used. Wadid has actually already gone back for a refillable potion, as he anticipates he's going to have to make a few more trips back to the fountain, whereas G2 still have a potion each to their names and can harass you at the turret while you're trying to farm.
Well, Windwall's up. Again, going to try and clear this wave as best he can. But this turret is very different to the ones they used to last hitting under.
Yep, it's one hit for those.
Looking for the stun, but the Black Shield's nice. Does get the hook in onto Wadid. They're going for the all-in. The Tornado is down. The Ignite already used and Exhaust traded in. Wadid, I think, is actually dead here, but he flashes out.
Oh!
With a life binding, catches him. And that's first blood for Hyanan. Now Hillisang ignited up. He does have his flashy Phantasm away.
Oh!
Hyanan looks for it, but instead is the hook. Not into turret range. The life binding almost caught him as well.
Nice couple of flashes there at the end.
Oh no.
One more kill.
He wanted the relic too bad, I think. Instead, stolen by Wadid.
Whew! Tension building up between these two teams. G2 are able to find that first kill. Whippo, if he'd had the cleanse, they might have been able to find that kill, but because he used it earlier to go for that hyper-aggressive trade, the loss of Summoner Spell meant that G2 were able to come out on top. They had more damage, and now the pressure falls onto Fnatic's shoulders.
Such a great late flash as well from the Lux. The Whip are going to clean these up. Doing a pretty good job last hitting here, but still almost 10 behind as he gets some more.
With these refillables, do you think Fnatic are going to wait for the level 6 to get the Yasuo ult off of one of the Pike pulls and then have Pike reset to try and get 2 kills
Maybe.
for themselves? They only need one more. Or I mean, G2 has the other kill, so they can't give up a kill while they're going for it.
I mean, the problem is Hillisang's only level 4, while both of G2's members have already reached level 5. So I think if Fnatic are relying on the level 6, it's going to be really difficult. And we've seen that Black Shield can be pretty obnoxious when it comes to landing this hook as well. So I'm still kind of have my bets hedged towards G2. And even when they hit level 6, like Morgan's really good into melee champion with the Soul Shackles. So
We'll find out. But Whippo right now is at least trying to get the wave pushed back in. Does have a second Doran's Blade, so is trying to get the lifesteal back and get these waves pushing back in. They're actually not too far behind on CS, but will be behind overall, just kind of based on that early kill. And I feel like G2, at this point, kind of know that. Playing back, don't need to go too crazy. Whippo even going back.
Oh, getting mad. It's all right.
Ooh, got the cannon. Level 5 now as well. Hillisang might actually be able to play catch-up, but there's basically no way you get ultis before G2 does.
Well, they've already got one here for the level 6 on Hyanan, on the Morgana. Whippo back in time for the wave at the turret, though. Should be able to get his pretty soon.
Look at a dagger as well here for Whippo, so I think knows that an all-in is coming soon. Oh, another root lands in. Great win wall there. Block the rest of the follow-up damage from Lux.
One level 6 has been acquired. Hillisang is looking for his.
Burning off the wave right now. Must be relatively close. Does get the hook, but no ult follows. Still the Phantasm actually hits with the Soul Shackles down.
Oh.
They're going for the all-in, but Hillsong's going to kite out the rest of it. Udini's getting low. There's the laser out from Lux. Hillsong goes down. Udid going to push G2's bot lane into the finals.
Yeah, they didn't even have Pike level 6, and he's going for the 1v2 by himself up there. Exposes himself and goes down.
Wow, there we can see the setup. This is from the, I think this is the first kill that Fnatic tried to set up for themselves, but oh, that binding at the last second coming in from Wadid, allowing him to get the health relic and turn it around. And here, you talked about it, Kobe. No level 6. Yes, you denied the health relic, but Xiaonan used his ulti onto Hylissang. That set him up for the binding to then land into the full combo, and there's just more than enough damage to secure the kill.
Yep, since they got the earlier one, an easy clean up there.
I have to say it was surprisingly close to the. If he actually got the kill on Lux, there's certainly an opportunity, but like you said, Vedia, Soul Shackles just denied all the fun they were trying to have.
So G2's bot lane now, 2 for 2. I believe they're undefeated in the 2 versus 2s, and that's quite an impressive performance from the Seed 2 here at Rift Rivals.
Well, let's see their opponent back on the NA side of the bracket. 100 Thieves took game 2, and as a result, will promote to face the representatives from Team Liquid. You know them well. I'm very curious to see what they play. It is Double Lift and Ole.
Will he be given Kaisa, boys, the undefeated champion?
Does it do anything?
I
2v2.
doubt Kaisa is going to be the pick here for an early focused matchup, but we shall see.
Well, their opponents, of course, back for round 2. 100 Thieves, Cody Sun, and Aframu.
So these guys, wait, what did they draft? They went for the Brand Annie duo in the last time, and that was a pretty successful combo, but I feel like it was more about the enemy running into them than it was them being the proactive ones. So the question is, will Team Liquid outplay themselves, or will Thieves get the outplay?
We already saw one NA Blitzcrank. Double Lift is a exceptionally well-known NA Blitzcrank player.
Oh, really?
As is his old partner, Afromu. The showdown of a rush hour
Get
once again.
Get in the chat right now. Blitzcrank ditto, Blitzcrank ditto.
Duo Blitzcranks.
This is the ultimate rivalry, you know, former brothers now going for blood as they battle for the best bot in the West. They want the belt themselves. They want to hold the title, but both cannot hold it.
Yeah, it's actually been a long time, too. Double Lift and Afro have both changed teams here multiple times since they actually played together, and yet it still remains one of the most iconic duos we have ever had.
Well, they banded together to take out EU in the grudge match to start off Rift Rivals here. And now they must play each other as the bands. Team Liquid using some of the early scouting information, taking out the Annie. 100 Thieves, I think a smart band there. Do take out the Lucian.
They banned the pocket pick. Double Lift not going to be able to use this marksman and Lucian. And we're going to have to see who's going to be able to face G2.
Look
in the
at
final
the
round.
smiles on Ole's face. This guy, I feel like he has a conniving plan in mind. He's having way too much fun with this. And just 80 carries of being bad. Like, I was kidding, guys. I wasn't actually expecting him to pick it. But 100 Thieves are saying, you know what? We've seen your Vladimir. We want you to pick a mage. We're happy to play that.
The mages have reigned supreme thus far in the 2 vs 2s. So it'd be definitely interesting if Team Liquid still went for a marksman.
Will Brandon Morgana round out the 3 mages that Liquid choose to ban out here?
They're laughing too much. It's too suspicious.
Okay, the Van Rakan. I don't mind that one either. But what will the picks be? Ole is, he's certainly up to something.
I think my favorite combo so far has been the Poppy Anivia.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my
going
favorite.
for the wall
100%.
smash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll
Okay.
see.
So, bit of poke. That's okay.
Bit more poke.
Yeah. Like a lot of chain CC coming in from the side of Liquid right now. Just a couple of hovers from the side of 100 Thieves.
And before Vayne by the way. They're just like, all right, we'll farm it out.
Is Double Lift
think
Xerath
that's
as good as I'm a Cutie Pie's legendary Xerath, though?
All right, there's Lux locked in. There's Jace locked in.
Ooh.
That is a lot of poke, my friends.
And if that binding lands, you're going to take a lot of damage.
I mean, we've got skill shots and stuns on both sides. This is going to be an arms race.
Yep, there is the Xerath Syndra locked in for Liquid. Clearly thinking about it. Had a bit more time to research their opponents, to think about it, watching other duos play.
Long range damage, that is the name of the game.
Whew. So Team Liquid, I believe this is their first appearance in the 2 vs 2 so far for this tournament.
That's true.
And In this game, they're going for a double poke setup. Playing a little bit more on the defensive side. I wonder if they will try to go for all-in or if they're just going to go for the max farm. In the past, when Doublelift played in these 1v1 tournaments, things like All-Stars and Invitationals, usually I believe Caitlyn was his go-to and like that 100 farm was his typical strategy. Wait, he was
Times
also
have changed, my friend.
he was also the one that played against Froggen, who did
Yes.
that Olaf thing like
He
3
also
times
got
in a row,
baited.
right?
Snowballs all the way to the fountain. Well, nobody going to be diving this time around unless Cody Sun goes melee form on the Jace. And it is going to be all about these skill shots. One good thing about Xerath, you can hit the Q through the minions, try and shove it, as well as look for that harassment. Syndra stun should be able to set up a Xerath stun. You still have to worry about minions blocking it, but definitely should be able to maneuver if that one does land.
All right, team's going to move out. 100 Thieves looking for one more win to face G2, who now wait for Europe in the final.
Oh, blind face check, double
Oh,
it!
that's a classic. Oh, we got slow level 1. Flash already from Afro. It might have been a bait. Afro going to take some damage here. Doublelift again, still going back through, but Cody very strong at level 1 here on the Jace. That was way too exciting for level 1.
That's the kind of bloodshed we want, Pastry, between a lot of range champions, them flashing and auto-attacking.
Precisely what I expected, Vedius.
Aframu immediate flash there in on the double lip to try and grab him, but doesn't quite get it.
And here are the runes, gents, as we may have some reprieve.
So the nullifying orb is taken this time around.
Oh.
Xerath can just auto-attack minions and use that passive to get sustain his mana, so he's going to have the extra magic shield.
Yeah, I think I like that. I wonder if Cody, Sun, and Afro went nullifying orb as well. You are against double AP.
Couple mana flow bans.
Focusing on the mana investment then. I always love Scorch in this matchup.
I do like the Domination second as well. Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter is a lot of sustain, actually.
And looks like Afro didn't change his page from the last game. Gonna stick the same thing. It makes sense, again, a lot of mages in this game mode, so these are pretty standard things. But it looks like so far, TL skill shots on point. Getting the poke down, but they will miss the early level 2. Afro, though, gets stunned. No, they're going to make him pay for it. Ignite is down. Afro getting on it. He will go down. Now, Cody dove way too far forward.
2v1!
Has his flash, but no heal. Gonna have to get out of this one. Another stun perhaps landing up. Oh, good flash from Cody.
So, Team Liquid draw first blood as Afro. That level 1 flash that he used to try and get the pick ends up backfiring on him. As the moment Team Liquid get level 2, they go the turnaround.
Cody Sun and Aframu again dying at the level 2 spike. Aframu had no flash, but he was moving up to try and use the advantage. Then the extra minion dies, and actually Ole gets level 2 on the Syndra to turn it back around.
Afro did get the relic, so we'll deny it from Ole, who's just getting this pushed in, but again with the cannon, does miss that sphere, but not to be bothered, is going to go back. Doublelift has already completed his base, so it does have a second Doran's now.
God, Afro really ruined that wave using his E on it, by the way. Everything is just completely ruined. Yeah, 100 Thieves still lead in farm. No idea how they pulled that one off.
All about the all-in.
Cody Sun also, in addition to going the Ravenous Hunter and the Taste of Blood, he has picked up a Rejuvenation bead for the sustain on Jace. Trying to grind this one out, so keep an eye on those minions. They're working it forward.
Perhaps a future Tiamat all-in. Hammer form only on that one.
You're hard trolling now.
Tiamat Jace, that would definitely be new.
If it works, we'll see. It probably won't, though.
Even if it works, that doesn't make it okay.
That's true. Okay.
I could be like 20-0 on a Zed, and if I build a Death Cat and win the game, that doesn't mean that the build was okay.
Yeah, it can like... Anyway.
My man once told me, don't knock it till you've tried it.
I tried Nocturne mid. Was not a fan. Sorry,
What?
Betty.
Sacrilege.
All right, well, Teal again, going to try and farm it out. Like you mentioned, Betty, 100 Thieves still pretty close in farm, so maybe another
Big
all-in
stun.
coming through. Stun
Oh.
is nice from Doublelift, but no follow-up. Afro
Remember,
on point with the shield.
Double is the only one with a flash left in this game, so he could flash on a target. If Ole sets them up with a Syndra stun, Double can just flash over minions to land the Xerath stun and combo it, you know, try and chain CC them.
But that's where you're flawed, because Doublelift, he hasn't used his flash because he doesn't know how to. We've already covered this, gentlemen.
Oh, old meme. That one is stale, bro.
Is Doublelift the only player so far to buy a trinket, by the way? I just noticed here.
Nah. We've seen a couple trinkets so far in this.
In the games we've seen today.
I know.
Okay.
Well, he did.
No one else.
He got the correct one. The sweeper you get to use. You can see the outline in the brush and get a little bit of use out of it at least.
Looks like another base hit for Cody. Gonna make. Ooh, that was a fairy charm to join in with his rejuvenation.
I'm not sure where he's going with this. I'm pretty sure you can't build Philosopher's Stone anymore. Is that cries of anguish over Philosopher's Stone?
So the serious answer is he's got plenty of inventory space. You're not going to fill up and max out on items, so you can get value out of just the sustained items.
That's true.
He's buying it for mana regeneration. That's what it does.
Hellfire proc by the way. Double lift a little too low. Afro almost ready with the flashback up, 20 seconds away.
And he's halfway to level 6. Even if they killed off that whole wave, he wouldn't quite be able to get his ultimate, but that would definitely be the way they would try and snipe down double lift. Too bad, too far away.
Did not cancel that base, unfortunate for Ole.
But when you think about level 6s too, right? Xerath's level 6 does damage, but it's probably not the most effective in terms of like all in. If you kind of have a pretty good trade and you chunk someone out low, then maybe you can use it to clean up the end of the fight.
Yeah.
But Jace doesn't really have an ulti. So you kind of
More damage.
He does have more damage.
Max out Qs.
Yeah, you're right. He has taken a point in W. Okay.
Ooh, double lift again, taking too much damage. Dodges a live binding, but the stun lands in. Ole gonna try and go it solo, but a little rough as Afro also has his ulti ready. Double lift has to dodge this out. The ignite is there. Probably not enough to kill double
Go
lift.
for the snipe.
Trying to prep him for it. If Cody's Sun lands another shock blast. All right, how many of these minions can they actually get? Because currently Team Liquid are ahead in minions even with this giant wave at their turret.
Yeah.
So they don't have to put themselves in danger when going for these ones.
Double lift is just desperately trying not to get hit by skill shots right now. That's at level 6. Ole also ready with his ulti, so the window 100 Thieves may have just closed.
So that was a lot of farm that was just lost.
Oh, he's in!
Oh!
Afro flashes out. Ole already burnt his ulti. Cody coming back out.
But I feel like Doublelift messed up because he flashed in. Did he miss his E?
Don't know if she cast it.
I'm not entirely sure if he...
Let's go for a replay. Can we get a replay?
Slow
He did go for the aggressive flash. So how about that? Called it.
Also does get a stun onto Cody. Ole with a long range stun, but no mana and not very much health left either.
Ole's going to be forced to go back to base now.
Yeah.
Afromu kind of...
Ooh, that's actually...
All right. We're not going to get a replay.
Okay, but
we went back and I did an investigation.
You checked the tape?
Flashed. He tried to cast E, and then he canceled the animation.
What?
Canceled his own E moving after.
Wow. God damn it, Doublelift.
So,
That's like one of the easiest combos ever. the target was already stunned, and he just has to press E.
He's got those marksman instincts. Always trying to attack, move, move, stay mobile.
all right, well, Doublelift is at least keeping his mana up thanks to the passive. Ole did go back and refresh his mana pool as well, and going full damage. No boots here for Ole. It's an extra amp tome right now.
You don't need boots. You're only going to be pressing R anyway, so and your targets will almost certainly come to you if you're playing it well. Level 6 being completed across the board. Afro will likely go back to base soon, maybe pick up a little bit more sustain.
Back to Besu.
Right, Afro gets the relic. We'll have a check-in with just what Kobe was investigating earlier, though. You can see Doublelift there in the bottom left.
Oh, they lied to me. He just said he wouldn't be able to give me
Oh!
play.
Oh!
But yeah, he went up, he tried to E, then immediately,
Dude.
yeah.
He failed.
Too many inputs. He's too good at the game.
No, that's the opposite of what he is when you flash and you use the wrong ability.
All right, well, we can debate all we like here, but TL are at least getting some push here onto the turret. Again, still up in CS, but not by too much. Will be better as this wave goes down. Should be able to get all of these here. Cody, though, doing well, poking out.
I mean, Team Liquid
keeping the
still have
farm
a
up.
pretty healthy CS advantage, and they're doing a good job of zoning 100 Thieves away from this farm, so they don't actually have to go for any more all-ins. The pressure kind of falls onto 100 Thieves, and they don't even have a kill yet. So Team Liquid just have to be patient for the time being.
4 CS can be made up pretty quickly.
That's fair. Also, you have Lux ulti. I wonder if it's at a point where you can actually just one-shot the wave, so before it even gets into the lane, you can...
Done.
Oh, stun lands in.
Here we go.
Ole using the ulti. That should be enough. Doublelift, though. He's the finish off the kill. He didn't do it. The laser's going to miss, though. Cody trying to chase him down. Dodges the next Q. Ole does get the relic. Here's double him. Gonna try and snipe his own lane, buddy. Everything misses. Oh, the stunner was a bait. No, it wasn't.
Afro move dodges all three right there, making double lift whiff.
Oof. A lot. Wait. No, like barely any summoner spells were used. A lot were unavailable. Ole did flash, but it looks like that Ignite is actually still up for Afro move. He's poised to keep the pressure up. They now actually have the CS lead, even though there are more minions available for Team Liquid. And TL, they can't afford to base right now because that CS gap will just build too much.
Yeah, 10 seconds till Ignite for Ole is back up or thereabouts. Double Lift continuing to get poked. Mana bar's also running low here.
This is close, boys. 91 farm for the side of 100 Thieves.
Oh, it's getting exciting here.
Afro should just throw everything.
Oh,
at
Double Lift
the
went back to base.
Yeah, Ole's trying to clean up the CS while he's gone, and he gets a big clump there.
Wait.
Tied up, 94.
No. In this wave. It's not enough.
One more minion. One more minion. That's all they need.
Double Lift, why'd you go back?
He's going to get there in time.
I mean, they have to all in
They
immediately.
just need one kill, though.
Wait, TL will get the win off of this wave.
Afro, do something!
They have to go something here. It's so close. I've got one more left. Somebody kill that CS! Somebody kill it! Kill it! They're going to kill it!
They got the
He
kill!
does get it! Both were one CS away!
Oh my god!
And they go for the champion kill! You are my 100th CS, Afro. My goodness.
The most
After
tense
all
movie.
this time!
Oh my word. So this is the level 2, right? Where Afro, he didn't have the flash. But this isn't the best bit. Kobe, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Talk me through it. Not this bit.
When he's running
This
it,
bit.
flashes
This bit.
away. Okay, different bit here. But 99 CS for both sides, and yet they're focused again
Oh, he
on
took
the
the tower
kill.
shot.
Like we said.
Oh.
Double up there with the very end of the Q on Xerath. Finds Cody Sun, and they're going to move on to meet G2 in the final.
Already saw the matchup today. It was an anticipated one. This one, I think, just as, if not more, anticipated between the two sides.
I gotta say, there were also some good skill shot dodges on display in this one, so I'm definitely excited for the finals.
I mean, Double Lift, you know, not much of a mage play, although he did okay on the Xerath, but certainly you can see the individual movement and skill there. Helped a lot in all skill shot 2v2.
Yeah, it was a really fun matchup to watch at the end. There was a lot of farming in between, but now we get to see the ultimate 2v2 battle.
Yep.
G2 Esports versus Team Liquid. Earlier in the day, G2 kind of had a one-sided game versus Team Liquid, but now Double Lift can get a bit of revenge. He can ban away the Heimer, he can force 80 carries to be played, he can say, come on, fight me fair and square here, and Heimer's can be like, no, I'm going to play Karma instead.
I mean, Double Lift has wanted to take this title of best bottom lane in the West from G2, but he wanted to take it from a different bottom lane of G2. Unfortunately for Sven and Mithy, you have to make it into the top 3 teams of your region to be here to even compete, and they were unable to do that.
Well, instead it will be both these teams playing for the victory. With that, we've got the 2 greatest bot lanes in the West ready to face off. First up, on the blue side, it's Team Liquid's Double Lift and Ole. Nail-biting last game, but they did manage to squeak out the win.
Yes, they certainly did, but will they have the same sort of game up against G2's bot lane in Hyanan and Wadid? These guys have not yet been defeated in the 2 versus 2 throughout this entire tournament. And considering their performance in spring, earlier in the year, where they were considered one of the weaker bot lanes in Europe, to claim this title would be a big accolade for them to achieve.
But then the Mage Nation attacked, and Arnon was king! Heimerdinger has been 100% banned against them, and I expect that to continue.
Think so as well, but it is one game only for all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen. Be fun to see how this one kind of shakes out, but we've had a lot of very close 2v2s, I will say. I think sides are somewhat predictably playing a little slower than maybe we would like. There was a lot of all-inning in the side selection 2v2s, it felt like, but here, when there is such an important title on the line, teams are playing it very safe and sound, but you only have one chance, as we are going to get into draft here for our final 2v2 to determine best in the West. And Liquid, as expected, first ban Heimerdinger.
This is what Rift Rivals has been working up towards. The actual Summoners Rift games, they don't matter. This is everything. EU versus NA.
I gotta be honest, dude. Those belts are badass.
That's so cool.
I feel like that is one of the best prizes that like the players have been able to actually keep and take home, and we've had in a long time. All right, the Xerath also being banned out. They were impressed with the kill there at the very end from Double.
But no AD carries have been banned. The Lucian is available for Doublelift should he want it.
I mean, everything on the line here for the title. Only one game. Perhaps you break the pocket pick back out. Perhaps you're counting you pick the Karma.
Oh, he actually picked Karma.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would do it.
Lame. Karma very good, obviously, in
For
this
sure.
matchup, though. Spam out the Qs. You get your mantra
Oh, no.
so early.
Oh, no.
no.
He actually did it.
Let's do it. Doublelift making a stand for all of the AD carries around the world. He wants to prove in the 2 versus 2 finals here that Caitlyn has returned. At least without junglers and without scaling being important.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, Fiddlesticks Karma versus Caitlyn Morgana. I don't think we could end best in the West, the battle for bot, in any other fashion.
He's even taken the normal summoners, it looks like. Flash Heal with Flash Ignite for Team Liquid. The Exhaust on the side of G2, though. And that one, you can go for the Fear early, then as soon as the Fear ends, then you can go for the Exhaust, and it's a long period of time where one of your enemies will be useless. But again, the range is going to be a big deal. That's why people pick Caitlyn, and Doublelift is going to have to use it to his advantage. You talked about all the movement last time around, Pastry. See if they can combo this time, because as well, Morgana Binding and the Caitlyn Trap is one of the age-old tested combos.
And really sticking to what we'd expect from a duo lane. I think as far as Liquid are concerned, this is the regular old Summoners Rift laning phase.
This is the most standard 2v2 you'll get in the current meta. Fiddlesticks has been appearing a couple times over in Europe, and he's kind of known as a pretty lane win support. That's kind of his role because of his instant CC, but as you talked about, Kobe, that long range from the Caitlyn will make it difficult for him to get up and kind of throw the harassment out that he would like to.
Yeah, especially if a binding lands first onto the Fiddlesticks. Can't move, you get a trap under you, you still can't move, you're taking damage the whole time, and they're not in range for you to fear. And it would have to go to Hjarnan. He throws the shield down, tries to protect his lane mate.
But think about the drain. If Wadid eats a lot of damage, he can just soak that back up. And there are plenty of ways for him to just heal himself. And I wonder if he actually puts more points into the drain, because if it's just a Fiddlesticks with like base items against a Caitlyn with maybe only a longsword, don't you think he could out-sustain him with his W?
Yeah, unless, if you're going for the all-in, then you want the duration on the fear. But otherwise, I agree with you.
Right. That makes sense.
Well, Doublelift does have Barrier not here, which I think makes sense against Ignite, and also with Fleet Footwork as we hit already. Struggling a little versus Dark Wind plus Karma Q. Does dodge that next one, though. Killing a little off as far as the aim there. But last hitting under turret a lot different in this particular map. And, oh, the Crows, they're coming. Doublelift again, eating some damage.
Now, Caitlyn, again, as with most marksmen, she's trying to get the control of the wave, keep your autos up so you get the most out of your lifesteal from your Doran's Blade as well, and try and get that early push.
Hjarnan somehow dodging that binding. The TL again with that first cannon wave here.
Yep. CS should go to the side of G2 here. They're up by 1 in the early game.
Ooh, look at that poke coming out from the Fiddle. This is what makes him so obnoxious in the laning phase. Just that Crow bouncing between the two members of Team Liquid, and you have to just keep that gap up while Karma continues to be annoying as well. But look, he's running out of mana pretty quick.
And remember to focus on the minions here. A lot of these CS are dying while G2 go for harassment, so Team Liquid pull a little bit back.
Doublelift certainly never want to shy away from CSL2. Does take the relic there. As for Wadid, we usually see Aftershock in actual 2v2 lanes, but obviously wants more damage, has Comet instead. Oh my goodness.
Look at
That Dark Wind did so much work.
Nice bounces, and he's maxing Dark Wind first. That's another point into the Dark Wind.
Binding gonna miss Wadid. Oh, he can see it. This Dark Wind's gonna do so much work. Minion Wave though arrives. Instead gonna try and bounce it around, but doesn't get any bounces onto some champions. It's all about bird timing here in this 2v2.
Big minion wave built up here for G2 as well. See how the harassment under tower does go. If you can line up those bounces once again. Ole and Doublelift.
Oh, those are brutal.
And that's nullifying orb down. Howard Karma Q, I believe, did hit. Yes, Hjarnan used the mantra.
No cannon kill.
Doublelift is trying to sustain up. Black Shield on him, but again, kind of tough in this spot to do anything.
And it's actually very interesting how needing 2 kills completely changes it, because the threat of them flashing under the turret to go for the kill onto Doublelift is not very real, since that would not end the game, and they'd lose too much for it.
Verify, not a bad binding from Ole, but no tower aggro drawn. Kianan does take 1 shot, but Doublelift back immediately. Boots plus null magic mantle, so kind of knows what he's up against here in the
but
lane.
he has no health pots, so that could be pretty frustrating when going up against all this poke that's coming out from G2. I imagine they'll go back to base pretty soon. They do have a decent amount of gold that they can look to spend. Ole, though, needs to be careful here.
He's trying to freeze a wave.
He's actually trying to stop the backs here to delay the item purchases, and he is delaying quite a long time. Can he throw out a binding to stop another? Might be on cooldown.
Yeah, moving off the base as well, so everyone will finally get back away. Kianan amped home there, plus a Doran's Ring and some pots. We did just some pots and a second Doran's for him.
So a lot of extra AP being built up for G2. You can see that they kind of the ones dictating the pace of this 2 versus 2 for the time being.
And Doublelift opting for the slow push here, wants to build up the minion wave as big as possible before they all crush down on the turret at once, and Ole has time to walk back.
Ole is back now though, but as you said, Kobe, G2 still a little ahead there in the CS race. I mean, it's pretty even. Doublelift should get all these and then they'll be almost all tied up. But it could be close, and again, Wadid doing a nice job moving forward, getting bounces, just pressuring here.
Wadid now has finally put some points in his drain. Decided not to just go for the E and Q max. He is on his way towards level 6, so he will have the ultimate available. The question is it worth even using it when you know you have all this wave clear and poke available and you're starting to build up this farm? You also know that TL's duo will never go for an all-in. They can't win with this 2 versus 2 against a Karma Fiddle, so the fact that they are just winning through farm is probably the best case scenario for G2.
When the Caitlyn Morgana side losing in farm, that is a bad sign.
Another binding miss there.
They might even lose their tower.
That's true, actually. It's kind of taking a beating. Cannon creeps here. Yeah, G2 like, all right, start autoing it. Let's see what damage we can get done here. Doublelift's early base kind of costing them here. Too much damage. Again, Wadid continues.
He has to base. Oh, that's actually... Is he basing?
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely going to be the last base because the turret is so low, they might even be able to rush it down. Ole's got to do his best to keep those minions
Level
back.
6 Wadid.
A zoning Crowstorm, let's go.
He can only
he's doing it! He goes in for it! Oh, Black Shield on. Actually, might be up for a kill.
It did!
Oh, look at the turret! Does not get a kill. Ignite burning down, but it's somehow not enough.
Woo! That was a bit
Doublelift
of a
wants
throw.
it. Oh, he's got ulti. He's not going to be in range, and Kiana will block it anyway.
Okay. Holy moly.
Well, that made it a little bit more exciting because they kind of had it in the bag, and they go for the kill onto Ole, but he just black shields himself, so no fear goes down. Still, though, the turret almost going to fall for Team Liquid. They have to make something happen soon.
Yeah, they really, really do. The CS discrepancy is pretty huge as well. Double level 6 from the side of G2. Doesn't mean a huge amount for Karma, but a bit of extra damage, I suppose. But yeah, they're trying to freeze this wave for the time being, try and close that CS gap as much as they can.
Better line to binding.
I think the plan might have switched to Flash Morgana, ult and go for it perhaps. I mean, we'll see. Kiana with his flash and ignite Wadid with exhaust ready, but no flash for himself. He's all like, yeah, there he is. Once the Soul Shackle, Relic is there though, exhaust is down. It might not be enough damage. The Dark Binding comboing back in Ole, still getting low. First blood is drawn, but Doublelift needs to get the other kill. Wadid celebrating. He doesn't even go down. The shield, Doublelift taking up the minions. That's gonna be it. Doublelift goes down.
Shebang! G2 are the best bot lane in the West.
I applaud Doublelift for sticking to his guns and picking Caitlyn with Morgana. But Hyonin with the Karma and Wadid's Fiddle overpowers NA's EU. Finally, take a marquee victory here at Rip Rival.
Yeah.
Did Doublelift just do that for all of the 80 carries? He took one for the team, boys.
What did he do really, Kobe?
Oh, and now it is time for G2 to be awarded the best bot lane in the West.
Well, the bot lane may have moved, but the team remains the same. With that victory, we have our best bot lane in the West for 2018. We're going to throw it down to the commissioner.
And I present to you this year's 2018 Rift Rivals Best Bot Lane, Best in the West. The bot lane from G2, right here.
Woo, give it up, Yarnin and Wadid. Yarnin, how does it feel to be crowned the best bot lane in the West?
Easy.
Easy. Oh, that hurts being from NA. I mean, Wadid, was this even a competition for you guys? It looked like you kind of dominated.
Well, we're just enjoying NA, lol.
All right, guys. Well, you guys did earn bragging rights. Is there anything that you'd like to say to your defeated opponents today?
Not really, no.
No words, guys. Congratulations again. And for more on this duo from the bot lane, let's hear from the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Avli. Yarnin and Wadid, the best
Right
bot
there.
lane in the West. They are right there on that stage.
Right there, yeah.
Hoisting their belts. I mean, hey, they utterly destroyed Doublelift and Ole, who came through with a 1 CS win over
Yeah, that was
over
close.
Afro and
Oh,
Cody
baby.
to sneak in there. But EU, man, they win the group stage, win the best bot lane in the 2v2. It's all coming down to that best of 5 tomorrow. But let's
best thing,
relive some
man.
of the top moments here. As, of course, we watch Doublelift and Ole go for the kill on the flashless Fiddlesticks.
I guess they were going for the double kill because Ole didn't Tormented Soil the guy who was chain rooted, but then probably fitting that Doublelift didn't even finish the kill and it's a
Wadid
2-0.
just dancing up at the top
He
there.
didn't deal any damage at the end. I think.
Oh, and the dance
I like
came
it.
out. I like it.
The best thing that happened to G2's bot lane was this meta change. Like, they love it. Every single game, that is like, yep, we play mages in the bot lane with Yarnin, who is better at mages than even AD carries. They even use it here to win every single game.
The
Nice,
crow spam. You got to respect the Fiddlesticks.
I feel like we're
I know,
gonna see that.
they always
The
dumb,
silent
but that's
spam
fine.
is so good.
We're gonna actually see that bot lane though. Next time they funnel, they're gonna actually run Karma Fiddlesticks because that can work in the LCS.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
good. By,
They love to
by
do
all
that.
means.
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks have been played a couple times, I think.
Europe
right?
has played a lot of
Competition?
Fiddlesticks,
Yeah, and Karma works.
Could entirely work. I do believe that we have the win moments from the remaining 2v2s as well, if we'd like to relive those, the journey to the finals that these teams took, because there's some exciting finishes, to say the least.
I'm glad Brand started hitting the ban list because it felt like we were just gonna see Perma Brand Mirror to start it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
but
moment.
A kill traded either way in this one, and then it came all down to this. The
They just had to hit the
bouncing
minions.
Brandar.
We had a lot of games where if the team would have just read the CS a little better and gone
Right, look at the
straight for it,
scoreboard.
What'd you think of this Blitzcranked fish?
This was
This was definitely the worst performance.
NA Blitz, baby.
Ah, that hook. There you go. You almost did it.
You ever
Congratulations.
hear that trick? You ult to clear the minions, and then you
Didn't
Q.
get the hook in.
I got a question.
This was actually, I think this was one of the most entertaining games, G2 versus Fnatic.
He gets crushed by that relic spawn.
Oh, and the Q. Nice Q.
I was kind of rooting for the double melee that, you know, with the...
Yeah.
that would have been
But
fun to
I mean,
watch.
don't all in when you're level 5 and they're both level 6.
That's a good point.
You could have waited.
Yeah, I mean, because if you have the ult, maybe you can jump out of. Nah, you're probably dead.
Yeah, you
Pretty
I like where your mind's going, though.
I was
You're
like, yeah,
thinking,
because maybe you
you're
can dodge a skill shot with
This
the high
was
jump,
the
but-
crazy one
Big one.
right here. Came down to 99 CS for both teams.
Look at that last minion. That
One
would have been
minion,
the...
right there.
It's
That's the
about to
win.
hit by the turret.
And then Afro's ult is channeling. That would have also been
And
100.
The old channeling would have been it.
Oh.
Oh, it was so close down
I
the
actually
wire.
think they won 100 CS. I think he just last hit the minion before killing
Before
Cody's
killing
dog.
him?
Yeah,
You think
because I
it
just
the
saw the
win
last hit
actually
come
paid?
in.
Oh,
I think
very
they
well
actually
may have.
just won 100 CS.
We spent a lot of time talking about that one. I don't think it was even winnable by 100 Thieves, because if Cody's not tanking the turret, that minion gets a little faster and they win off 100 CS
Sure,
first. So
sure.
I don't know if there's anything 100 Thieves could have done unless
Probably
they
not.
get the kills.
Dash was screaming Luxold and it was on cooldown.
He liked the way you called him
Yeah,
out.
at the end, but not before that.
Fool, what are you talking about?
do
We
anything.
literally just saw him
Second
Luxol.
tape.
It's on cooldown.
Before that, he couldn't have won with it.
It's interesting, though, to watch these 2v2 tournaments only because there is no defined best way to play the game. There's not enough evidence to really know. So it's interesting to see what these players come in with, both from a champion perspective as well as their rune choices, of course. I'm sure there are things that could have been done more optimally. The whole last hitting under turret gets more difficult as well.
You're guessing who's good on what champions, like the fact that all of the 80 carries were banned when Afro and Cody played against
Doublelift.
Doublelift, but then they banned out the mages to
Baited
get
them
him on the
into
80
it,
carries
is
so
what
they
they
could beat the mages.
I was waiting for Aurelion Soul. You just like push him back
That's
and come back
awful.
all the time. Just do
You're
it.
a
Yeah.
roaming
That is
champion.
bad.
Who are you going to go
Gosh,
bot?
you're roaming
Run
back
back.
to your
Bot, get
base
more CS?
and coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You can keep shopping.
All righty.
strap.
Well, tomorrow, EU and NA duke it out for the title of Rift Rivals champions, presented by Jersey Mike's. Because NA came up short in groups, they have submitted Echo Fox for Game 1, and EU have responded with G2. They'll also have the opportunity to respond for Games 2 and 3 to what NA puts forward. But we already have that Game 1 laid out there for us. What are you guys thinking, one, about that game, and two, what EU's approach is here in terms of who they've elected to send forward?
It does feel like EU wants to start with a win, and G2 is their most controlled team going up against probably the craziest team for North America. So it feels like they're just trying to stop Echo Fox from maybe picking up an upset win.
Yeah, because I thought if it was like the 3-0, they would put G2 against Team Liquid, because that's the highest chance of a win for G2.
Right.
And then just put like 100 Thieves versus Splice, and of course Fnatic would then take on Echo Fox, but they're not doing that. So it feels like the control we trust the most in G2. Let's get it 1-0. Question is just, do you put Splice versus 100 Thieves to try and get a win? Or do you just sack them for the TL? You're like, yeah, you
And that's the only choice remaining to make after the first round, because all 3 teams have to play in the first 3 games.
Yeah, very much so. But G2, the winningest team in Europe at the moment. Well, I guess we should
tied with Misfits,
shouldn't say, yeah, exactly.
Super
Misfits is there, but also the winningest team over here, still undefeated across Rift Rivals and the 2v2 Gauntlet. That's going to do it for today. So for myself, the cast, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for more Rift Rivals. Good night.
Because right now, I do think that EU has an edge, and I am so concerned about NA, instead of just being worried about it.
Knocked it around the backside. Prox's days are numbered. First blood at 2 minutes and 10. And look at Whipple now. He's so low on health. Owen, the flashpoint, double it. 2 for 0 in as many minutes. He doubles the flashback over. And Whipple can outplay this one. Oh! He just can't make it happen. Double shuts them all down. 2 for 0 impact, running for dear life, and he's gonna stay alive. Whipple falls well, a double kill for the left himself.
I'm just going to embrace it. And if NA goes 0-5 today, well, at least I call it.
Not force the revive, and they get him too early. But now we're reviving A-Shock, and in comes the fight. A 1-for-1 so far. The chase down is first to the second. Now this battle with a couple of low health bars. Ganko will drop, but Perks is going to be taken down as G2 are wiping the floor with them. It's on to the Nexus now. GG. G2-0.
What if 2 Camille's E onto each other? What happens? The world will never freezes, and then Dragon Ball Z starts happening. That's what happens.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's close, and Rio! Bullet time couldn't even find anybody, and it's going to be time running short now for 100 Thieves. The kills come through. No way out of this one. Most likely until Olay shows up. Can he keep him alive long enough? They will. The shutdown. That's a pretty big kill now for Liquid, but they lose Mo Belter. Impact running away off the side. It's double it against the world. One to fall here in the fight. Kasing likely going to be second after move. Goes right into the stopwatch. And 100 Thieves are committing murder in the river.
I've also been informed the winning team gets to keep those forever.
Olay does get the relic. He's double it.